put yourself in the shoes of the consumer all the time. It's not about us as salespeople, it's about who you're trying to sell to. In terms of what I've learned in the past year, you know, like I alluded to earlier, Mavs had a lot of diversity issues that I didn't know and should have known. And we, unfortunately, and you know, it'll haunt me forever that a lot of people got hurt at one of my companies. But along the way, in terms of looking at diversity, I mean, I hired somebody incredible, St. Marshall, that if I would have hired her 20 years ago, my life would have been 1,000 times easier. But, you know, I learned that diversity isn't about a checklist. You know, when I was forced this past year to look back at our Mavs sales force, and this is a big lesson for everybody here. I looked and I had guys that looked like me trying to sell into communities that look like a lot of you.
Yep.
Right? And I had, you know, guys that look like me trying to sell to moms.
Yeah.
Well, let's put together a mom's package. Oh, okay, George, or Paul, or Ringo, right? No, you know, and that's not the way it works. And so, what we've changed dramatically, and I tried to introduce this into some of my Shark Tank companies. I've tried to introduce it to a couple of the companies I'm on the board of. Is there's a lot of communities. Well, the Mavs are again a perfect example. There are Indian communities. There are you know, other Asian communities, Hispanic, you know, Black, whatever it may be. There's so many diverse communities that what I learned is it's a lot easier to sell to them if you have somebody who is them. You know, and if I have somebody who doesn't look like me, rather than trying to get them to do the things that I do, take advantage of their skill set. Right? Who do they know that they can already be selling to? You know, if you're Chinese, is there a Chinese community here, or you know, something that fits, or whatever it is? If you're,
Hispanic
you know, if you're a polo player, you know, or a lacrosse player, or you know, whatever, cricket player, is there a community there that we can reach? If you belong to this church or that church, you know, can we reach? You know, work with you to reach those communities, because people want to buy from people that they trust and that they know. And people understand, you know, things about their community that someone who's just a marketer is not going to understand. So diversity is an opportunity that I really didn't take advantage of. You know, having people, there's so many unique communities that we try to force into, you know, our little silos of what we're used to and what the way we've always done things. When there's, you know, a huge base of consumers out there that really, you know, with the Mavs in particular, we just want money on the table. So now we're selling tickets into, you know, a diverse range of communities using people who are part of those communities. And it gets a lot easier, you know, and so that's a big part of what I do.
Thank you.